not a, religious person. I'm not a, like spiritual or whatever person, but running is something that comes innately to me, and it comes naturally. It's not something I have to think about. I just can go out there and just run. And that came very apparent. Everything was so effortless, and everything was just, it felt like I was meant to run. I'm definitely someone who'll put their nose to the grindstone and work really hard. I'm not somebody that's ever had things, handed on to me with a silver platter, and a guy that in his athletic career definitely has a chip on my shoulder, and definitely trying to always feel like I need to prove something, maybe not to the public, but to myself. So I'm definitely someone that works very, very hard, and if that translates to more blue-collar work, then maybe, but, I did go to Dartmouth, so, how blue-collar can I be? So for our wedding, we're getting married at a barn, and we're trying to get all like these games, like lawn games for.
Because everybody stands around really awkwardly at weddings.
Especially me, I never know what to do when I'm at a wedding. It's your toss. Oh, I might have gotten 4 points there. Oh, I definitely did.
You did.
5-3. I just rocked it. I think I'm up on you. I think it's your toss. Oh, that was terrible.
Definitely lawn games, and you can organize that quickly.
All right, I need to get yours out. Oh,
yes.
Shoot! You stayed alive. Skiing was always my passion. Running was what opened doors for me. Running's what got me into Dartmouth. Running's what people knew me for, but skiing was my passion. I've always had a love-hate relationship with running, and I remember sitting down in my ski coach, Ruff Patterson's office, and telling him, I want to quit running, but I don't know how to bring it up to Barry, the running coach. I don't know how to bring it up with all my running friends, how I want to walk away from the sport, and I really want to focus right on skiing. I never had that fire to run. Running was something I did because people told me I was good at it. My junior year, I made the decision, all right, I had enough of this. This is nonsense. What's my one goal in running that I'd want to do? Break 4 in the mile. So I decided as soon as I broke 4 in the mile, I'm done with the sport. I broke 4, and I gave up on running, and I started skiing full time, and never thinking I'd come back to running. It wasn't until I walked away from the sport completely, and both, physically and mentally walked away from the sport and put myself into skiing, that I realized finally how much I missed the sport. My coach out there would have me run just 15 minutes a day just to help clear all the lactate out and all the junk in my legs, and just to run easy and get the blood flowing. And those 15 minutes were the greatest part of my day. And it was really in those 15-minute jogs. I was probably going 2 miles, if that. I mean, I was just trudging along. But that's when I realized, I made a mistake giving up on running, and that's something I have to do. I still remember getting a call from Coach Gags and putting the hard sell for the Oregon Track Club when he was still a part of it. Knowing in the running world, Eugene is always seen as like the mecca of running, and Nike's the mecca of running, and the Oregon Track Club is the mecca of running. I didn't know how to say no to it, so I said yes. And so pretty much right after, I went out to Eugene and started running out there. I didn't run well at all. I didn't run any faster than I did the previous year when I was balancing running and skiing in the winter term. I was afraid that I couldn't leave because they were offering so much, and they were the Oregon Track Club, and how anybody would want to be in my spot. How could I give that up? So I stayed around for I think 10 or 11 months. I lost the passion for running again. And finally I said, I can't do this anymore. I remember sitting down with Coach Rowland out there. He was saying, you never seemed like you really settled here, and the results, you're definitely not running well. And I think he just thought, there was just this college grad that, didn't pan out. And I remember him saying, or asking if I was going to continue with the sport, because I was that bad that, he thought I was just going to throw in the towel and give up on the sport. At first, I had no idea what I was going to do. I was just going to come back and figure it out myself. I piled all my belongings into my car, grabbed the dog, threw him in the back, and started driving back east. And I think that was just a turning point where I decided that, I'm doing this for me. I'm going to make sure that I'm happy. I'm going to make sure that I'm doing things that I feel are the right way of doing things. And I think once I got that mindset and realized that I had to do what was best for me, no matter what that was, and not get hyped up on what other people are doing, and that whole mindset changed. Just slowly since then have been reunited with the love of running and gotten results, started getting faster and faster. But my dog, that guy who's out of shape and overweight, he's run 3 minutes in the mile.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you test that?
It's called redneck dog walking, where you drive the truck and have him run next to you. And you just basically let him go, and he'll pace himself next to you. Like, he's not on a leash, he's just running free. And he'll pace himself next to you, and so if you accelerate, he'll accelerate. If you slow down, he'll slow down. And so we timed him out, started the odometer, and he was booking it. It was very impressive. And this wasn't a flat mile either. It had some rolls to it. It was like dirt road. So in the 2013 World Cross, flying over to Poland, people were telling us that we had a shot and to do well, and so that got in our head, and we're like, well, maybe we can do kind of all right, And I remember going and seeing the course. I was just heartbroken. I was like, I can't believe this. And we jogged a lap of it, and I jogged it, and I was just trying not to roll an ankle or to fall down. And I was like, there's no way they can hold this race. Like, I can't race on this course. This is terrible. Like, what are they thinking? And everybody's looking at me to be able to do well because I was a skier. I don't know how being a skier translates to running in mud and, and ice, but that's what people thought. We just knew that, well, this is going to be a sufferfest, so just get out there and see what we can do, hang for as long as possible. So I remember the gun goes off, and we're all tightly packed in the thing. We're just slipping and sliding, but I'm going along. I'm like, I'm sprinting, but I'm not over the edge right now. And I'm realizing that I'm still on the first group. I got the back of the first group. After 2 laps of the 6-lap course, there's like 10 of us, and we're looking around, and we're like, wow, like we're still here. Like, what's going on? And every lap we kind of would shake 1 or 2 people off. And I remember going to the last lap, and I think I was already in 6th at that point, and the race was kind of strung out. And I remember mud being in my eyes, and so I couldn't really even see what was going on because it was so cold and the mud. And so I was just trying to, last lap, just stay on your feet. Just stay on your feet, don't fall down. And finished and looked back, and I saw Chris finish right behind, and I knew that with 2 of us in the top 10, we had to do well. Everybody's quickly adding up the score and trying to figure out where we did, and sure enough, we got 2nd, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. On a perfect day, we could get bronze. But to be able to get silver was a really cool experience. And started to get me to think, all right, you know, maybe I can do this. You know, I think I can be all right. Peyton Jordan this year, going into it, I knew the rough plan of attack. I thought I would be able to run high or mid to high 1250s. I thought 1257 to 1259 was a very easy probability that I could run on that day if the pace stayed.
You could have easily broken 13 that day.
Yeah. I remember coming around the first little bend, seeing Ryan Hill outside me and being like, please go in front of me, please go in front of me, please go in front of me. And then find myself he goes right behind me and find myself right behind the rabbits. So I knew right off the bat that, all right, I'm gonna have to do something.
We got Ben True up in the lead, Garrett Heath mixing it up with the Bowerman Track guys. So they're all in a single file line here to run a fast race.
And Ben True.
Ben True going with the rabbit.
The man of 2013. 13:05 pace if you want to go stats crazy through 1200. Manuel, Hewling, True, Hill, Jaeger, Lamong, Heath, Bumbleau, Mead, Derek, Araza. I mean, are you kidding me? Farrell. I mean, it's just unreal.
They are looking good. They're looking smooth. The pace is on strong. So that 3K mark was about, I believe, a 7:52. This is when the race starts. This is when they really start bringing it down. Now it's anyone's race. They all did their job. They got to the 3K where they wanted to go. Now they're racing.
I remember running and I said, all right, well, I'm just gonna try to coast and hopefully somebody come around. So I coasted out. I'd probably run like a 65 trying to get somebody to come around me. No one comes around me, so I move out to lane 2 and look back and kind of wave Jaeger through, and he comes around and I get right back in line, and I was like, okay, so we're not going to run fast anymore, but you know, I'll just run for the win.
As we're coming up on 3 laps to go.
So True just moved wide there, and Jaeger took over. So a little bit of cohesiveness amongst the group.
So it slowed down a little bit, 10 flat right there with 3 laps to go. It ran like a 65 last 400 there.
So True needed a little bit of a break, and did that just take the sub 13 out of the cards? I know I'm getting greedy now.
You're definitely getting greedy.
With 500 to go, I'm like, I'm feeling pretty good, and there's only 1 more lap to go. Like, this is gonna be awesome. And I'm licking my chops as I'm running behind Lopez and Evan, because I feel like they're straining, and I feel like I'm gonna have 1 extra gear when we hit about 200, when we start coming off the curve with the 200 to go. And having no idea that Mead was there, thinking that it was just the 3 of us.
And Hassan Mead, as we mentioned earlier, OTC, he's up there with the big guys. He's in this race. Don't forget about him.
Get to 200 to go, start thinking about going, and Mead just goes boom right past me. And And I go, what? Where did he come from? And I'm so disappointed. I go, I just lost the race.
Mead is now in this race, ladies and gentlemen. Mead is making a move for the lead. Mead, Hassan Mead of OTC Elite has this.
So I quickly try to jump onto him, but he already had about a 2-stride lead on me.
Mead, True. Mead is going to take this, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just trying to get back onto his shoulder as quickly as I possibly can.
Can True respond? I don't know.
I know I'm going faster than him, but I don't think I have enough room to catch him. And I go, oh, did I just lose this because I didn't know he was there?
But Hassan Mead, ladies and gentlemen, out of nowhere, coming here, representing Hamid True. True might be able to get him at the line. It's going to be True at the line over Mead.
Somehow, I was able to reel him in just in time. I finished, and at first I was amazed that I actually caught him, because even crossing the line, I wasn't positive that I was able to get in front of him, and so happy that I was able to get in front of him to win, which was amazing.
13:02.74 for True. Wow.
And then I realized what the time we both ran, and it was pretty cool to see that we just ran 13:02, both of us. And me feeling like I was an idiot running 13:02 only, kind of spiked me up a little bit more that, I gotta quit farting around and, actually run some fast times now.
13:02, Ben True. I mean, you deserve that smile.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was great. It's a nice way to start the track season, and it's a lot of fun. All that hard work over the past 5 years is worth it. I'm right there where I need to be.